hopefully all of you are doing well. Today I'm going to show you how to make my very own chicken enchiladas with a red enchilada sauce. Now the sauce that we're using in this video today is a homemade sauce that I made myself, but that is a separate video and recipe. So be sure and check the description box below for the links, or I may link it somewhere here in the screen so that you don't forget to check it out. You want to check that out. Don't miss that, all right? You may want to make your own sauce one day. Who knows? Let's get into the recipe. So we're going to start with our chicken that has already been washed and cleaned with some salt and vinegar, and it's about 3.5 pounds roughly. I have 2 chicken breasts and 3 thighs, and then I have some seasonings that are all mixed up. I have cumin and some Grand Diamond seasoning, of course, and some kosher salt. For the exact measurements, check out gdseasoning.com for this recipe. The link will be below. So we just want to make sure all of our chicken is seasoned really well, and as you can see, I'm using the bone in with the skin on because that's going to give our chicken more flavor when it's cooking down in the slow cooker. But what I like to do first before I put meats into the slow cooker is brown them. So I have about 2 tablespoons of regular vegetable oil in a hot skillet, and I'm just browning both the breasts and the thighs skin side first down in the skillet. Browning your meats first before you put them into a crock pot or a slow cooker will give you another layer of flavor that you wouldn't normally get if you skip this step. So try to make sure you do that. And then after the meat is brown, we're just going to put it all into the crock pot, and on top of that, we're going to put a whole sliced onion and about 3 to 4 cloves of garlic. I'm also going to use, because I can't see making my chicken without it, it's a Mexican oregano. I'm just going to take that oregano, rub it between my hands to release all those oils and that flavor, and put that on top. And then I'm going to turn around and take 2 cups of low sodium chicken stock and deglaze the pan where we just browned the chicken. We want to get all of those nice crusty bits off of the bottom of the pan so that we can add that to the crock pot also. That's flavor you don't want to miss. Once the pan is completely deglazed, go ahead and pour all of the chicken broth and all that flavor over that chicken, onions, and garlic. And then we're just going to put a lid on it and we're going to let it cook. Okay, we're just going to let it cook on low for 4 hours or on high for 2 to 3 hours. And you know the best thing about a slow cooker is you don't have to stand over it, but you get the best results. You get really super tender chicken, and we're ready to move on to our next step. Now what we're going to do is take the chicken and remove all of the bones, all of the large and small bones, and all of the skin, and then just shred the meat, and it falls apart so easily. Really easy to do. What you also want to make sure is that you keep all of the juices that the chicken cooked in, so pour that in the bowl also. Moving on to our corn tortillas, I'm going to take each corn tortilla and rub each side with some vegetable oil because their next stop is a very hot griddle. The purpose of rubbing each tortilla with vegetable oil is going to help us form like a certain texture, or lack of a better word, a crust when we heat them up on the griddle. And the reason we heat them is because we need the tortillas to be very pliable so they can be easily rolled into the enchiladas. My griddle is over medium-high heat, and if you don't have a griddle, don't worry about it. A cast iron skillet will do, or even a regular skillet. Just make sure that you don't skip this step because you want your corn tortillas to have some sort of texture on the outside, because it's going to make a very big difference at the end of the process when you make the enchiladas. Now what I'm doing here is I'm taking some of that enchilada sauce and I'm putting it in the chicken so we can mix that in. And then I'm going to also take maybe about a half a cup, 3/4 of a cup of the enchilada sauce and put that in the bottom of the casserole dish so that the enchiladas will have a nice bed of sauce to sit on. And then we're going to start to roll. Okay, so our tortillas are nice and pliable. I'm just going to take a tortilla and dip it into the sauce and then take off the excess. And then I'm going to place some chicken at the lower end of the tortilla. Okay, just like that. And you can put as much or as little chicken as you want. I don't like playing around, like a little bit of chicken in an enchilada. Put some chicken in an enchilada, okay? And then roll it up and place it in the pan. Okay, one more time from a different angle. You're gonna dip the tortilla into the enchilada sauce, tap off the excess, place your chicken on the lower end of the tortilla, and then roll. And by the way, I had enough chicken just from those 3 thighs and those 2 large chicken breasts. I had enough chicken to make about 1.5 pans of enchiladas. And this sauce renders about 4 cups of sauce roughly. So after you've rolled all of your enchiladas, go ahead and pour some sauce right over the top and spread that out evenly. One of the great things about making your own enchilada sauce is that you can control the thickness or the thinness of the sauce itself. But be sure and check that video out on how to make your own enchilada sauce. The link is in the description. Finally, we're just going to top the enchiladas with your favorite cheese. I have some habanero cheese that I found in one of my stores, so I bought it and I shredded it up. And you can put as much or as little as you want on the top. We're just going to bake it covered at 350 degrees for about 30 minutes until that cheese is nice and melted and the enchiladas are hot through and through. And when they come out, they are delicious and ready to serve immediately. So I went ahead and topped my enchiladas with some fresh cut scallions and some fresh cilantro. I know some of you don't like cilantro. Or you could just leave it as is. You don't have to top it with anything. The chicken is so nice and tender. It's juicy because it's giving off that slow cook flavor that you went through the trouble of, if it was trouble, to put it in the slow cooker and just let it slowly cook. And you rolled your enchiladas with your handmade sauce. So delicious. I went on and made myself a Cadillac margarita and had a proper lunch. I want to thank you guys for coming and cooking with me. You know I appreciate it when you come and hang out. Don't forget, for this recipe and others, go to gdseasoning.com. The link is in the description, and I'll see you guys next time. Enjoy.